Hi, my name is Jordan Lindsay, and I'm doing my application presentation log number 2 over Module 12, which is over interpersonal persuasion. And so the theory that I chose to talk about today is the BEM self-perception theory found under the foot in the door technique. So the theory explains that individuals who perform a small favor or request for another may infer that they are helpful and cooperative people, and attribute this to their self-perception. From this self-perception of being a helpful and cooperative person, after having performed a small favor, they are then more susceptible to perform a second, larger request. I recognized a personal example of this self-perception theory recently when I was trying to recruit volunteers on campus for an organization blood drive. As an active member in my organization, I was delegated to host the upcoming on-campus blood drive this month, where I was responsible for recruiting volunteers as well as getting people signed up to donate blood. I was tabling for the blood drive last week on campus when a student approached the table wanting to help volunteer. Once the student registered to volunteer, I then asked if he wanted to actually sign up to donate blood that day as well. The student ended up signing up for a time slot to donate blood the same day. I believe that because the student already felt obligated to the cause, he was more willing to help and accept the idea of going a step further and providing his dedication by donating. I have come to learn that BEM self-perception theory can also be applied to almost all work settings when it comes to employee performance. One of the main goals of going to work for those who have jobs and are employed is to keep their position, if not strive for a higher one. Because of this, most employees are willing to complete almost any task given to them by their supervisors. I personally have experienced several circumstances where my boss will ask me to do something, and then once the task has been completed, they will follow up by saying, "Since you already did that, would you mind doing this?" And of course, no one's going to say no to their boss. I feel that this technique and strategy is well suited for professional environments because of this effectiveness. In conclusion, BEM's self-perception theory can be applied in numerous circumstances. As a technique under the foot in the door strategic concept, this theory is great for persuading people who value positive self-perception. BEM's self-perception theory is important to take into consideration when trying to persuade those who you may not be familiar with, when you know that your ultimate request of them to do something may seem intimidating. This theory also fits well with the pathos appeals, similar to the example that I mentioned earlier with the donating blood. When you use pathos appeals that tend to resonate with people because of the emotional appeals, it makes them more susceptible to following through with the request. Thank you so much.